Alright, what is up, you guys? It is Jake State Farm here with Atomic Theory, back with some more Atomic Chess, and for today's video, we've got round 7 of 8 in the Atomic 960. Just letting him know that Pierre said that we can now take a minute for the first move. Okay. And starting off with pawn to f3, trying to open up the queen this way. And, okay. So, immediately I want to play knight to d6, but I think it just loses to queen e3, followed by queen g5. So maybe f6 is the right move, but then there's still queen c5, d6, queen h5, which is tricky. So I don't actually see anything. Okay. Oh my gosh. But I think this just loses. I was running low on time there. I was up at a minute, and I just legitimately didn't see anything to defend this. He's threatening queen e3 and queen d5. Yeah. Alright, and immediately he's got me in game 1. Wow, way to start off strong there for steady. I'm going to go for the same thing and see what I missed here. Okay, I'm trying to remember, like, I was looking at e5, but even still there's just queen c5, queen d5. f5, you'll have, like, queen e3 and queen c5 are both big threats, and it's unclear how to stop both of them. Maybe knight f6, actually. Maybe this is what I missed. No, it still doesn't work because you'd have queen e3, e6, queen g5, g6, queen h6. And that just completely loses. So I'm sure there's some defense, but I'm really struggling to find it, actually. Okay, goes for b6. Ah, yes, of course, because you're hitting f3 now. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. And I can't believe I didn't find that. Okay, good move. That's got to be the only move because b6 also hits this, and then the bishop hits f3, blocking queen e3. Okay. So, to continue on the attack, maybe queen d4. After which there's f6. And I'm not loving that, honestly. So maybe I just need to give it up and either develop a knight or a pawn. I like this. Just getting some pressure here. Okay, yeah, that first game, I think b6 must be the only move to survive. And I just didn't consider it at all. I was looking at pushing all of these pawns, and I don't think any of them work. Because I knew f6 was losing, but I also, like, every other move I was looking at was losing. Like f5, then the queen can just sneak in behind like this. Although, actually, I just realized queen e3, I would have had queen e6. So, never mind. I mean, maybe that still would have been a lot worse for me, but I should have gone for... I think I looked at f5 and I just miscalculated it, unfortunately. Okay. Interesting. Allowing me to play queen e3 with a tempo. Of course, after it takes. Something like knight f3, maybe. You could also just go b4. Force him to make a move that he won't necessarily want to make. He can go knight f6, but then I could play, bishop g6. So, okay, I like my position all right here. I can also play g3 at some point. Okay, and he goes for f6. Really blocking in this knight here, so I could take and then knight d3, but I honestly don't love that. So I guess I'll just start with g3 instead, with plans of knight d3. knight b3. He may go. I'm guessing we'll see g6 and after knight d3, e5. I mean, it creates a weakness here, but it's not a very big one. So maybe I'll go d4 instead. There's also h4. Let's do this. Just trying to put some pressure here. I do have this weird long-term plan of, okay, yeah, d5 is also a good move. I was considering playing d4. I don't see any immediate threats. If takes, I can go d4. And there's never really any queen e6. I mean, right now the bishop's hitting f6, but even after e3, my rook is defending this h3 square. So I don't think we need to be too worried about his queen coming out. I like after takes and d4, we're defending all these squares. So I think we should be okay. But now this pawn's a little bit uncomfortable for him. After I take, I'm threatening rook and bishop takes. So like I'm trying to see why I can't take here. I mean, takes, queen e6, then again I can just go e3. If takes, yes, he's hitting here and here, but I can just take. And if rook takes, then I'll be the only one with the queen. So yeah, I think this is good for me. It's gotta be. I guess the only other move is to start with d3. Maybe that's his plan. Ooh, but I might be able to go pawn takes. Yeah, okay, I looked at this, but after e3, if he takes, I just go bishop takes, rook takes, and I was calculating this thinking that I was winning. Maybe not, but I'm the one that has a queen on the board, and he doesn't. Oh, actually, yeah, I can just go bishop takes, so never mind. It is definitely completely winning. So I don't think takes works. I mean, this would have been an option last move, but yeah, this move, it just doesn't work at all. Okay, and I don't really want to play bishop g6, which is provoking his knight to get out, which is kind of a move he wants to make anyway. Again, there's still takes here, but then I can take here. Okay, interesting. Really getting this pawn down the board here. h3, I think I've got to go rook h2, and if takes, obviously my queen is feasting there, but it's still feasting even with this knight here. Okay. I guess this move d3 does make some sense. Again, for now, this is no big threat, but eventually it will be, I think. But I just need to start getting these knights out so I can get my king to safety. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I should have played that differently then. After takes, I can go f4, so maybe I need to start with e4. No, that's looking not great because his rooks will get in potentially. Actually, I like e4 because after takes, I may have some queen g4 ideas. I guess I'm just going for it. I feel like it's my last hope at this point. But I can't do that. Okay, well, I can still trade off the rook here. But now even like knight g3. But then maybe there's some queen g7. But yeah, he can even still just take, and it's good for him. At least making a draw, if not better. My pieces are not in great shape here. Okay, that move I'm not so sure about, though. I think he needed to just take here. Oh, wait, never mind. This still works for sure. No, okay, going down 2-0 to start things off. All right, let's bounce back. That first game was just rough. We totally did not see how to defend against his attack there, so this one's set up much better. The queen is on the opposite side of the board from the king, so there shouldn't be any early attack stuff that I need to worry about. As you guys know, I generally just tried to make it out of the opening pretty equal, and then that is good enough to normally win the game. Obviously not in that last one there, but okay. Goes 93. It's like immediately G5 sticks out to me. Opening this up, and like his only ways to defend it are moves that like aren't great to make, but I guess they're also not great for me. I could go D5, and if knight F5, I could play G6, or I could start with G6. Actually, might be better. So G6, something like D4, D5 seems pretty reasonable. There's also some weird knight B6 idea. I may try knight B6 actually. But I guess after knight F5, I technically don't have mate here. But I can still, after knight F5, just go for G6. Opening this up, he's got to play knight G7. And then I could do something like this and win a bunch of material. Yeah, his knight's kind of annoying, but I'm kind of threatening to come out with knight E6. And if he takes here, then he'll just be down a pawn. So even though it's technically not mate, if I'm able to come to C4, it's still very strong. Although actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it wouldn't have been that good actually because... well, maybe it would have been. Okay. I'm thinking D5 here. Again, after knight F5, my plan is pretty simple. I'm just going to go G6, forcing out knight G7, and then knight C4. Yeah, I like this position already. Actually, added bonus is that, okay, he goes for C4. Like, I could have left my knight here potentially, and he couldn't really take because I would have had bishop to A4, which could have been pretty strong. But okay. Let's go ahead and get G6 in. Yes, it does allow him to play D4, which is a strong move. But I also want to go ahead and restrict this knight from the F5 square as well. So okay, looking at C6, I could also be a bit more aggressive with E5. I actually kind of like this. E5, there is takes, C6. Okay, yeah, let's go E5. I don't see immediate way. Obviously, these light squared bishops off the board, so I don't have to be near as worried about this diagonal. Like, okay, there's some H4, Queen H3, but it's just pretty slow. The main thing is the battle in the center here. And if I can take here, it opens up my queen quite nicely. Although, I guess, yeah, he would have bishop C3 there, so maybe it's not too important. Maybe I should start with bishop A4 and then go E5. But the point is here, after takes, I obviously can't take because he's just got mate on B7. I don't really want to play E4 because then he can go here, and now there's really no hope for me to open up this queen. But E5 is pretty much just trying to open this queen up. And so if takes, I'll go C6, and then no matter where he goes with the knight to one of these two squares, I could take on D4. And if he pushes D5, then he's just doing my job for me, which is opening up my queen. So... okay, goes for C5 instead. That's pretty strange, honestly. Now, I think I'll go bishop A4. And this is tricky now. I mean, B3 I just take, and I think I'm just winning. But he's got to do something about this threat of bishop to C2. So let's see what he does. Yeah, he goes for this, but very importantly, playing C6 instead of E4, because E4 just kind of locks up the center. I want to keep E takes D4 on the table here. And this is actually really tricky for him. He's got to play a move like maybe knight to D3 holds the position, because after check, yeah, okay, he does find knight to D3. I'm pretty impressed by that. So I still think taking is an option. I could also go check. And go ahead, and, which pretty much is nice because it kind of keeps that rook locked in the corner there. So, okay, let's go for this. And this bishop also defends this queen from getting out to this square. So, like, really, he's just so locked up here. I need to be careful, though, that I'm not... I could start with this move, actually. I guess queen f3 is maybe an option. But honestly, I'll be okay there because after takes... If here takes and takes, I'll have bishop f6. Pretty nice move. Although, now there's this. I think I may have just blundered. Then I'll have to go bishop d5. I could have gone bishop f6, but I was worried about queen f3 there. Yeah, this is tricky now. Okay, I mean, takes is the obvious move, and then bishop f6 gets me some counterplay here. Let's see what he does. Maybe I'm still winning. He's got to go like king d2 or that. Sure, yeah. But either way, it does give me at least maybe some hope. Okay, I mean, I can do this. Like, he still can't really save the queen. Okay, now he does. So maybe I should have just taken and then taken. I don't know. I mean, I should just be completely losing here, but I do have some piece activity. The sad part is this knight is, or this rook rather, is just kind of stuck in the corner forever. It's really tough for me to play something like king d7. But at the same time, I'm feeling like I kind of just have to go for it because I don't really see another option. I mean, okay, takes bishop d4, e3, and knight f3 is something, but it's not something great. Yeah, and this is just game over. This one is frustrating because it's one that I definitely think I should have won, and then I just I got scared of queen f3 there, and I probably should have just gone ahead and just gone for what I was planning. But okay, I think I want to move one of these knights. I didn't really love what he did last game. It's not too late to turn this one around here. So let's look at the pros and cons of these moves. Oh, right, he did move a knight. Never mind. So maybe moving this knight. I like knight to d3 here, I think. It's not an easy way to defend it. He can go g6 like I did, but the thing is g6 doesn't come with... like after knight to e3, g6 blocks off this f5 square, and then he can play something like d5. But in this one, he pretty much has to make a move like d6 or something like that. Maybe there's another way around it, but I don't see any like great moves that he can make to stop this knight and put pressure on me like g6 did against knight e3. All right. Interesting. And once again, I can go for g3. I just think I will. Just kind of stopping this knight. And we're going to get like a really potentially similar position to the one that we just had. Oh, I have this nice move of c3. And after knight d4, I could do something like this. Knight d4, knight c5, b6, knight a6, and then takes. Well, actually, knight a6 is just winning on the spot. And this is such a useful move because it's stopping the sting of knight d4. And actually, It's really allowing me to play something like 95, and both of these squares are technically covered. So 95 or 95, 94, E3. There's knight C2, king C1. I also am kind of liking the idea of just, I mean, he is threatening to come here, so maybe I should do something, but I kind of like the idea of waiting for him to jump in before I jump in. Okay, well, I see this nice idea. 93 takes knight D5 with threats of this. So I'll probably go knight B6. But I don't see the follow-up there. I mean, I can take, but sadly it's not great. So this move is tricky. I could also just go B4. I think I'm just going to do that. No, but B4, then knight D4, knight C5, and there's takes. I want to... Okay, I'm just going to go in. I was also looking at bishop A4 takes and then like queenside castles. But sadly, it allows stuff like knight D4. It may just be a little bit too slow. Let's go for this. He's got to choose between these moves now. Sorry about that, guys. We are in allergy season. I actually think knight E2 could have been pretty good. I was thinking threatening knight G1, and this knight is trapped in. I really hate this move, E3. I wish I'd just taken allowed takes and just got into it in game, honestly. Okay, that's interesting. I don't even know what G6 does. I wasn't really threatening knight G6. And I can make some move like this with a tempo. I'm very confused by that. I don't really understand G6, to be honest. Maybe he's trying to push the F pawn and he realized after knight to F7 there's no way to save his queen, so maybe that was the idea. I want to make a move like this because after knight F7 I just want his queen to be more restricted. I could go for this, but I feel like knight F7 is better. There's also rook B1 and then B4 stuff. Okay, wow, I just completely missed that, bro. What is this? I can't calculate or something. Okay, but his queen for sure doesn't have anything here. I mean, I kind of like rook B1, some ideas of this. Okay, I gotta start hurrying up. We can still win this game. Even though I just completely missed that. Oh, I can't believe I missed. Those backwards knight moves are always the hardest, man. But yeah, he has queen D5, but then I can take, and maybe there's something there. He's still just up a bishop, though, so I gotta make something happen. There's this, though. Yeah, I just completely missed that as well. Oh my gosh, I'm missing everything. Granted, I was under time pressure there, but then, yeah, he gets to castle and I don't. Dude, this is just a beatdown. Holy moly. Alright, GG's. Dude, this dude's kicking my butt right now. Oh my goodness. This is about to be the fastest match of the whole tournament. Okay. Let's try not to get 5-0'd here. This is insane. I mean, I feel like in games 2 and 3, I had good positions and he just outplayed me. But the first game obviously was like mate and 2, and then this last game just completely destroyed me. Okay, and he knows my kryptonite is the early queen attacks here, so let's lock in. D5 immediately I like because it's stopping queen to B5, and it takes some of the sting off of queen to D3. I mean, queen D3 is still definitely possible, but then I'll have like always bishop A4 ideas. Maybe. Let's go D5. Okay, let's lock in here. We can still tie 4-4 here. Let's make an insane comeback. Let's try and make it happen. Okay, so queen D3, he's really, I guess this is also still a threat. Okay, he just doesn't go for it anyway, so never mind. I like E6 here, but then D4 is kind of the move that he wants to make anyway, and I'm just allowing him to do that. So what about D4, actually? Stopping him from playing D4, and like, yeah, he can take, but I want to play E6, opening up this queen and this bishop, but then like D4 just stops all of those ideas because the bishop hits this square. So if I can get D3 in, it's game over. Oh my gosh. He's allowing it. What? He's allowing D3? D3, if he goes C6, I have B5. It doesn't even matter. D3 blocks off his queen, actually. Wow. That's very surprising. I thought at the very least he'd play D3 to open up his bishop, or maybe take on D4. But allowing me to play D3 just seems like a suicide mission, because now this bishop's always trapped in this way, so it's got to come out this way. And this queen's trapped in. There's no bishop F3. I'll just go C6. And I mean, yeah, you can play that, but then I'll have B6 at the very least. Don't know if it makes too much difference. I'm going to play B6 instead of B5. I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes, considering these pieces are really never coming out this way anyway, and this bishop gets blocked by his pawn. Okay, we should be able to win this one. I mean, like already I'm looking at E6, and if B4, I'll just have like bishop F3. Okay. E6, then he can play B4, bishop F6, 95. Yeah, okay, I could also start with F6, although I don't really want to be honest. Oh, also E5 is nice, because he's still forced to play something like B4. But now this bishop hits this square as well. So I can go something like F5 and get this bishop out this way, although I guess bishop wants to come out this way. Okay, gotta think about what I'm going to do against B4. Interesting. I saw this as well, but it just doesn't seem right. Maybe this does work. Because after queen B4, he can go A3. But I honestly think I have to go for this. A3, I could go like queen G4 maybe. It does allow G3 though, yeah. Somehow getting out of this ugly position. This knight F3 move was pretty key. Maybe I messed up against that. Okay, and this move is just so good. Because I want to go F5. But I can't now because then there's knight takes F5. I also want to play this move, but I can't because of knight takes H4. Oh my gosh, it just allows bishop e3. As soon as I played it, I realized he can go bishop b6. Oh my gosh. Once he gets rid of my bishops, it's pretty much GG here. Oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful move. All right, well played. Oh gosh, this dude's just destroying me. Once again, like, I really loved my position there, but he just outplayed me. Wow, so d3 wasn't winning because of something like knight f3. Yeah. I considered both a5 and knight h6, to be honest. All right, well, that does it for any of our chances to win the tournament, albeit they were very slim. We are now sitting on 4 out of 7. We won our first 4 matches, and then we lost our next 3. This one was pretty brutal. But hey, congratulations to Steady. He's actually in about 30 minutes going to play in the Atomic Chess League. And as long as he scores, I think it's like 1.5 points, then we will win the whole tournament. So I'm going to tune into that, potentially maybe do some commentary for it as well. But yeah, Steady is a great player. Congratulations to him. I guess he's still probably technically in the running to win the tournament. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Sadly, we will not be winning the Atomic960 this year, but we'll still try to finish strong in round 8, and then hopefully next year come back even stronger. Thanks all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.